guys up? It's your girl Nisha B, and I want to talk to you guys about a hobby that I have started, and I want to talk about 10 things you need to know before starting this particular hobby. And if you have not been watching my Instagram or on my Snapchat story, then you do not know what it is, and I will tell you, it is pole dancing. Hey guys, and happy today. Hey, welcome back, and today I want to talk to you about 10 things you need to know before starting your very first pole class. And I got the cards. But before that, I want to get into this look. Now, I do a lot of boohoo.com. I should be sponsored by them, but that's another story for another day. I wanted to give you guys a link to this particular look if you care. It is technically a bikini cover-up. Bikini cover-up. But it's pretty thick, in my opinion. Can't really see through it. At least I can't see through it. And it's cute, it's comfortable, and I have been in quarantine for 19 days now, and I'm sorry, but I wanted to get cute. Links below if you care. Okay, so here are 10 things you need to know before starting pole. Number 1, do not buy a pole. You do not need to buy a pole yet. Just decide if you're even going to like the sport first. So go to a studio, try out their free classes first, and see if you're even going to like it before you go and invest so much money. They have their standard X pole, which is the industry standard. And I looked at that pole recently, and it's $400. They have other poles like this cool looking standalone, but it was like $600. So too high for my personal taste. But that does not mean that later I won't invest in it. What I went and did was go on Amazon.com, read reviews, watch videos, and see who had another off-brand type of pole, and that's what I ended up getting for like $140. And so far, it's great. Number 2, in my opinion, I would start with a pole party. There's a difference between a pole class and a pole party. Me and my girls, and we went to the pole party for my birthday. It was at a more, first of all, when you first start out in pole or any kind of activity, you're not usually comfortable starting out. So what you want to do for this particular activity is go with some friends if you can. When we went, this pole class was private. And that is something that I remember from the last time I went to a pole class, which was in 2012. It was a private class, so it was just me and my friends. So I'm already comfortable with them, so that allowed me to have even more fun. Another benefit of going to a pole party is that they will go at a certain pace according to the birthday girl or whoever, and you all can work as a group and say, hey, can you do that again, slow down a little bit more, etc. When you're in actual classes, it is a workout class. And so while a pole party is still a workout, it just feels a little bit more fun than actual sweating and workout, because you're still having intensity, you're still getting a good workout in, but it's just a little bit slower paced, and it allows you to truly explore if you want to do it again. And after going to my pole party in this past December, it made me realize I want to stick to it. Number 3, you do not need heels. Yes, you can bring them, especially for the experience. I would bring them, but they are not needed. You do not need to go buy a new pair of heels. Do not waste your money. Wait until you decide if you even like pole before you invest like that. The industry standard are pleasers. Those shoes run like $40 and up. And majority of my heels have cost me at least $100. So keep that in mind. It can get expensive. It's an expensive hobby for sure. The things you will need for your first class: knee pads, shorts, short sleeve shirt, water, a towel. You're gonna sweat. Now in a pole party, yes, you will still sweat, but I didn't feel like I was dying as much because we went at a slower pace because we were brand new and we weren't that comfortable. But when you're in an actual group setting and you have other people at other levels, the class may, depending on what class you pick, it can go at different speeds and at different rates, and you might not be ready. So it's best to prepare yourself for a true workout because this is a full body activity and you are going to feel it all over the next day. And lastly, you will need socks. Make sure you keep your socks on. You do not need sneakers. You do not need heels. Just wear your socks. Try not to be barefoot. Avoid it if you can. And I'll tell you why later. Number 4, I honestly would say you need to visit multiple studios before you lock in with one. Mainly because you need to see different instructors and see who you like before being stuck to that studio. Because it's an investment. Again, you're going to be here for a while. This is like for the next few months you'll be doing it, unless you sign up for a 2-week or a drop-in daily whenever you feel like going, or you do the 1 month sign up thing. Depending on what you are trying to do, I would honestly say test out different studios, see how you like the instructor. You just want to have the opportunity to see all the different styles there are, because there's a lot of different pole styles. And you need to decide, okay, well, what do I want to do? Who do I like? And who do I want to continue to go to? And how does it make you feel? That studio, I fell in love with the people, and I fell in love with the vibe and the energy in the room and the different women, because it was like my first time going to an actual pole class outside of the party. And I had a great experience, and that's what made me say, you know what, I'm signing up. I have to stick to it. Number 5, do not compare your day one to anyone else. These girls have been doing it off and on for years, or they've been consistent with it for years. They know how to climb, invert, all kinds of stuff you've seen on TV, but you know how to do. Don't worry about it, boo. It's somebody in that class who don't know how to do it either. You are new. It's cool. Enjoy it. Take your time and learn. And then, of course, set goals and try to get better. But, you know, enjoy the process. You don't need to compare yourself. I think, psyching myself out initially because I felt like I needed to be great when I first started. I have no upper body strength. I've always struggled with having upper body strength. That's something I just suck at. But since starting pole and doing things like this, it has really helped me to have more strength, and now I do different workouts to help increase that. So just focus on what you can do now and don't be afraid. That's another thing I learned. I'm very fearful with a lot of different things. Like them forward rolls and stuff, you can break your neck. Well, I thought that. But that's not the case. And I was able to do the forward rolls. I was able to do climbing and all that stuff. And now I'm comfortable and I'm learning how to invert on my own though, because, you know, quarantine. There are a lot of different options. Now this brings me back to the pole. If you do not want to be stuck to a studio because of the cost, it's an expensive hobby. This sport hobby, whatever you want to call it, is expensive. It ain't cheap. And unless you have the funding, you can be putting yourself into a bad situation where you can't continue to do it because you can't afford it. So if you can't afford $80 a month or $100 a month or more per month to do unlimited classes, or however your particular studio in your area is, that's when you want to consider investing in that pole. Check Amazon first and get a pole to begin. After you've gone to a few classes, still go to a few classes, because it's different when you have somebody there to really show you and teach you. You can hurt yourself on your own. So go to a few classes, even if you just set money aside to do drop-in classes. Do that, because I feel it's really beneficial to have someone there to help you and truly correct you and show you, okay, this is how you do it. Because learning on your own, in my opinion, from going to the studio to my house, it's a lot harder at home. But it's not impossible. It is still possible to do, and there are so many different online opportunities and options out there for you to check into. You can have different kind of online virtual teachers. You can have you can get a book, you can get DVDs, you can get all kinds of different things. I have like 4 apps on my phone now showing me different moves to help me learn how to invert. I'm learning how to do all kinds of different things from home. Number 7, you will be sore at the end of this class. You are going to hurt all over the next day. It is worth it. This is a great workout, and you're going to start noticing your butt getting bigger, because that's something I noticed too. So it's a really good class. It's super fun, but don't overdo it. I did not have socks on, which I tried to mention earlier. I did not have socks on. They suggest socks. I did not have socks on that day. I don't remember why, but I chose to take them off. I took them off, I think, for stretching, but I did not put them back on. When it was time to climb down or slide down the pole into a split that I don't know how to do because I can't do split yet, my foot got stuck. So one foot got stuck here and the other foot continued. It was bent, but it still continued. I heard 2 loud pop noises, and then my hamstring was done. Not done, but very much hurt. The next day I could not walk. I laid around and I crawled to different spots I needed to get to in my house. I was in pain, like it was ridiculous. And it took me a week of not going to any classes and then stretching it and then Googling different things and different remedies and trying all kinds of different stuff to help heal. Now I can do more, but it's still hurting. And this was over maybe 2 months, a month and a half ago at this point. So it's very important. Like my sister told me, know your limits. Okay, I take a little breaky break. Number 8, record. Now, you might feel funny if you don't see anybody else in the class deciding to record themselves. Some of these girls have been here forever. They don't need to record themselves, so be it. That's their choice. But you record yourself. You look good. Record yourself. You need to see your progress. That's the best way to know how do you say? That's the best way to see your progress, your own personal progress. You need to know how good you look the first time and how good you look the next time you do it. Oh, okay, I look good this time. Okay, I know how to be a little more sexy, or maybe I'm not sexy enough. That's something I struggle with, period. I know how to be sexy in photos. I don't know how to be sexy otherwise. Like, I'm sexy in my bedroom, private to myself, but it's hard to be in front of people. You're in a class with other girls and guys, because the guys do it too, but you're in class with all these different people that you don't know, and it's hard to be sexy and be feeling yourself. But when it's you recording yourself, turn it on if you can. I can't. I tried. But if you know how to turn it on, do so. Because the pole, at the end of the day, is about being sexy. It's about being comfortable, having fun, and it's a great workout all in the midst of it. So do that. Okay. Number 9, set a goal, stick to it. Every day you come into class, have a goal of, okay, I didn't do, like, maybe they have a little practice or something prior to. Maybe you have a question you need to ask the teacher. If you're not sure how to do a particular spin that they showed you, take your time and say, hey, can I get help with this? Each time. And your goal is to get better. Especially if you don't have a pole at home, then you got to utilize all the time you get in class and ask questions and say, can you spend a little bit more time over here helping me with this? Because I need help. And my goal is to be from here, from a level 1 to a level 3 within a month. So I need more help, so I can get there. And if you're doing it from home, same thing. Set a goal, practice every day, and get there. That's for anything you do. Consistency, period. Number 10, make friends. That's the whole point of pole. It's fun. You will notice that these girls and guys are like a backbone. They are so supportive. And even when you look crazy, because I've had plenty of times where I look like, the heck she doing? But I was so afraid to do it. By the time I actually did, everybody was already paying attention. And so they all started clapping for me. And I was like, me? I'm telling you, it will make you feel great. Pole is more, it builds confidence. Like, people always try to put like a negative stigma on it, but at the end of the day, 1, it makes people money, but 2, it makes you feel sexy. If you don't feel like you've looked good in a long time, you can be any size, any age doing pole. Try it out. It's worth it. I honestly think that it's a worthwhile investment. Now, if you ain't balling like that and you don't want to do classes every single month, or you can't afford to, you can always visit different studios and do their intro program, which could be a week free, or it could be 2 weeks at $20, 2 weeks at $40, whatever. Try those programs out first. And then if the monthly becomes, or it's too expensive for you to sign up, invest in your own pole. Amazon.com. I'll drop a link below for a few poles that I tried that I think are good. And these are just suggestions. Can't quote me. But try it out at home. Once you've gone to a few classes, get your own pole, do it from home. That way you can continue, because even in the house, I've been having a good time at home. I would just freestyle for about 30 minutes every day and try new movements that I haven't tried before. And so far, so good. I'm learning how to invert on my own. I'm not mad. Now for 2 bonuses.